Hello everybody, and as promised, I'm doing a skill point show-off video or showcase for this instance. The remaining 11 skill points, I mean. The very first one we're going to do is called Quarktastic, and what you do is you take a rhino and you blow up the Quark bot that was back on Metropolis. This next skill point we have right here, I think this is, I believe this is the tricky one, I think so. Where you have to do a tricky McMarks or something like that. What that is whenever you ramp, especially for this ramp right here, watch how I do this. You do R1, R2, L1, and L2, all 4 buttons. Doesn't matter what order at all you do them in, as long as you do each and every single one of them. It's not really difficult. Like I said, once you get that ramp going, then you're pretty much good. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm doing the speedy skill point, which is beat this in under a minute and 35. I think I mentioned that when I was doing this race the very first time, but I didn't even get it because I think I got like a minute and 36 seconds. But this actually took me about one go, I think. The last one took me about, I did twisted McMarks again, as you've seen. The last one actually took me a couple tries to get through, but you know, it's still not really that hard of a skill point. Again, we do have 11 skill points that I did miss, and this will also contain the last gold bolt. I want to mention something about the Rhino one. I got that on my other account, which already had the Rhino unlocked, so I decided to go ahead and blow up Quark and just get it over with. Same thing with Cluck Cluck. I went through the whole game on another account with another file, and I did all that stuff, and I beat the game, got the gold weapons. And I also want to mention one thing too. That will be showcased the next episode, but another thing is, oh yeah, whenever you beat the game, you can unlock the goodies. You don't have to go through challenge mode. It says as long as you beat Direct, you can go back in time, and then you can still have the goodie menu open up. So I just want to make that mention. I did say that you had to beat challenge mode. That's a complete lie. That's not true. You just have to beat the game, and then you can unlock the goodies menu from there. But 2 of these skill points I did not on this account. But that last gold bolt, I don't know, I actually saw it too. And I completely was totally stupid. You actually have to, well, you'll see what you have to do, but I don't know how I missed that one. This next one is Gunner. By the way, I'm not doing this in any specific order, because I actually skipped a skill point back on the Blark Station, which will be showing up next after this one. This one I think is destroy about 3 ships on Gaspar, I think so. It's kind of difficult, sort of, you know, when you have to really patiently wait for ships. Or maybe it's, I don't know how many it is. Just pay attention, just shoot until you get a skill point. That's what I always told myself. And the thing about Ratchet Clank 1 is they have a lot of shoot down the jet skill points and stuff, where you have to like blow up jets from the sky and like there's a lot of planets, like Pokitara was one of them. Hoven was another one. This one was one of them. Ultanus was one. I don't know how I missed that one. I think I was doing it, but then I just gave up and said screw this. But we will be doing that one. But 11 skill points that were missed. Wow, that's a little less than half, but that's still quite a decent amount of skill points. And here's the this one's called Girl Trouble. What this one is you have to do the whole fight with only your wrench. And I mean the whole fight. You can't use, you'll see, okay. You just have to beat her down with the wrench only. And then you have to deal with the little guys, or the her lackeys too. You can't use any weapons on them. I don't know why. You have to do the whole fight with just a wrench only. I actually whipped out the Tesla Claw. It took me a few recordings to do it because I accidentally shot. Well, I didn't really accidentally. I thought you could defeat these guys with weapons. But sorry about the random pause here. It just came up. I do pause quite a bit. But yeah, I did get the Tesla Claw. You'll get to see that in the next video. I'll be showcasing all the weapons and stuff. There's only 10 gold weapons to really worry about. They're not that big of a deal, but I had to go through a whole playthrough again just to get all the 40 gold bolts and get the challenge mode and get the Morph Array. Because I'm an idiot. And I also realized that there was a skill point layer that requires a Morph Array. And I thought you had to have it gold. No, I'm just a moron. But we'll see that one. Those guys, those guys were the ones that were gonna give me trouble. And they kind of were too. I threw my wrench, and then of course that did like 2 hits, which took 2 damage, and the other did like a hyper strike and stuff. But there you go. There's that skill point for girl trouble. It's not that hard. I mean, just simply evade her. You know, jump back and forth. You know how to evade in this game, then you're pretty much good. This next one I think is alien invasion, and what you do is you whip out the good old Visibomb gun here, and you blow down. I think it's like 3 ships. I think so. The way you can tell if you killed them or not is whenever you blow up one of these enemy ships, which is one right. Okay, I got one right there. He was coming towards me. They'll drop a crate, you know, like a health crate or an ammo crate, like you do when you're flying the jet. So that's when you know that you pretty much blew them up. Some of these I didn't really know. Like this one, I think I got him, but it looked like it missed as well after I shot it down. But other than that, it was pretty easy. Then of course I went out of range and fell out of time or something. I don't know what the Visibomb kind of sucks. I mean, I like it as a weapon. I like how you can control it and stuff. But other than that, just I don't know. Then I think we have yeah, I think it is 3 ships. As you can see, we got all 3. So there's that skill point. The next one coming up is on Hoven. This one is Whirlybirds. And I want to make mention there was the ankle biters skill point, which I was doing. You don't have to use the wrench only. You just have to defeat all the ankle biters in the level, I guess, supposedly. But anyway, I use a Devastator here to get this one. You can use Visibomb gun, but there's one thing I want to mention. I did get this skill point, but my recording device crashed, and I had to redo this again. So I'm just going to show you a good way of doing it. The Devastator obviously would be the best way of doing it. You actually get bolts for destroying them. I think you have to destroy 5. I think so. We'll see in a second. Yeah, 5 helicopters without using anything, without using a turret, basically. This next one is called Blastum. This is on Oltanus. Oh boy, I know, right? You guys know this is my favorite planet. I've told you all about this before. I love this planet. Actually, I think I hate Worxon. It's a cross between Orxon and Oltanus. They both start with an O, but I'll tell you what right now, they both suck. That's for sure. So now I have a discriminative hatred towards anything with the letter O in front of it. That's just how it's going to be now. If it starts with O, I won't do anything with it. I won't touch it. Nope. I won't even talk to you. Like if your name was... I don't know. If you had a name that starts with O, well, I hate you too. But I think it's just destroy 3 ships. Or 3 spots. 3 jets, whatever, you know. Oh yeah, Novalis was one of those too, wasn't it? The really quick jets. It's like, God. They really want you to... They put a lot of these in here. I remember one time I saw a comment somebody was saying like, man, these skill points are super hard, I can't freaking do this. And some guy's like, well, that's why they call them skill points. You know, it's supposed to be hard. But this one is Shattered Glass. Shattered Glass is not as hard as I make it sound. I did not fast forward for reasons just to show you guys where every single one's at. The first set of lamps is in the very first section of your ship. The next one is when you come down here. There'll be 2 on the very main path, but you don't have to touch there. You don't have to touch like 3 of these paths. There's like only like 2 paths you have to take. This one right here, go to the taxi. There's 2 lamps right there. Then you take the taxi, and I'm going to show you guys a little trick I kind of saw myself. We're going to have to use the Visibomb gun in a second. I whip it out right here just to save myself time. I don't destroy these 2 front lamps right here first because I just want to get rid of the ones in the back. You don't need to go all the way over here to do this because you might end up dying. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know how good you people are, but I figured I was going to die, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the Visibomb gun to blow those up. They're near the turrets. And those are the last 2 on this path, except for the ones that I'm standing right next to. Oh, I think, something, I don't know what happened right there. I think something just blew out again. But I was doing this for quite a while. I think I did this like all morning today. And it didn't take really long to get into all of these, but... I mean, some of them I had to re-look up just to make sure I knew what I was doing. But that's all of them on the main path. And then I walked forward and the turret started shooting, so I was afraid I was going to die. So I had to get out of there. I didn't want to start all that again. It just took me about... roughly 3 to 4 minutes, I'd say, to do this. Usually it takes people like 5 minutes, depending on how fast you are. The next section we have to go to is one with the swing shot, though. And this is the one that really scared me a lot. I think I did this in one go, but I knew I was close to dying because I had trouble doing this swing shot part a lot. Actually, getting to this planet to beat the game, it gave me troubles. And then I was being smart. I'm like, you know, I'm going to wait for this one to go, because if I don't, I'm probably going to jump off and die. And that's what could probably happen. These are just such a pain in the butt. And then I got smart and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll wait for the game to register that I let go of the swing shot, and then I'll go ahead and swing shot. But the next one, I did run out of blaster ammo, obviously, so I used the Devastator. The next one is right here after that first swing set. I don't know what to call it. I mean, it's a set of swing shots. What do you want to call it? Then I waited for this one to go by because I knew I missed. I really was very careful and very patient with this, except for this one. I got a little ballsy right there. I don't know what came over me, but I decided, you know what, screw it, let's give it a shot. If I have to do it all over again, I'll do it all over again. But then we go over to this. This is the very last section. There's a gold bolt area right here, so you can remember that. Then I grabbed that one. The swing shot does have range, though, which is crazy. A lot of good range. Then I take out these last 4, I think it is. And then we have about 3 more skill points to go, and then 1 more in that last gold bolt, which will be the end of this video. This next one, I want to, okay, right here, watch what I'm doing. This one, I forget what it's called. Magician, that's what it's called. You have to get 4,500 points, and go to this ramp right here, and just keep jumping off, and flipping and stuff like that, and go into the water, because if you don't go into the water, you might go a little too far ahead, and then the game will checkpoint you to that little ramp right over there, so you don't want to do that. This is a good way to basically do it. I did cut it ahead because it was taking too long, and I figured, you know what, you guys don't want to see the whole thing. Of course I did crash and land and die a few times, but that's going to happen. Twisty McMarks, you can do a lot of things. This ramp's not really the best ramp, that's why you want to keep diving in that water. Everybody who's done this game pretty much knows about this. But yeah, you see, you get checkpointed ahead too far there. It could happen. And then I get close to getting the skill point, so I basically just finish it off. Basically, it's just a rinse and repeat skill point. Again, 4,500 points. You don't need to beat the race. You just have to beat this thing. Another thing I figured out is if you do the same trick over and over multiple times, kind of like Spyro 3, if you do it multiple times, it's going to end up lessening the amounts of points you do, except for like basic flips. Those are always the same. But if you do like Do the Robot or Twisty McMarks, they'll usually keep lessing, and you know, they'll get less and less efficient. And here is the last of the skill points. I didn't get the trophy for it because, again, I did this on a separate account. What you do is you whip out the O2 mask this time, and you run up to this tank, and you turn him into a chicken. I thought you needed a gold weapon because it had range. No, just wear the O2 mask, and it'll protect you from all the green shots. I did get a trophy for Cluck Cluck, but I didn't get all 30 skill points. And right here, you'll see, like, Quartastic is missing because I did that one on another one. Cluck Cluck is also missing because this is on a... No, this is on the same account. Never mind. Quartastic's the only one that's on the different account. Okay. But here, that's all the skill points, and this is the very last bolt, and I'll let you guys watch this, but I want to say one thing. It's been a pretty fun ride with Ratchet. I can't wait to get to Ratchet 2, though. This is a fun game. Skill points are not that hard. This game's not that hard. It just... I don't know. There was a bit... Some planets just really make me angry, you know, and that's really about all I can say, so... I'll see you all next time when we do some more Ratchet, which we're going to do the Gold Weapon Showcase. And for anybody who cares for that, I will see you then. So take care, everybody.